Hello, my curious friends. Nikki from Dive Into Curiosity. I hope you all have been well, as it is crazy out there, especially here in the US. And I apologize for not being here for the last week or so. Thanksgiving got a little crazy, and then I got pretty exhausted from work. So that did not stop me from doing my research more into China and its monsters, folklore, as far as in things that are scary. That's what brings me to what part of what we are going to talk about, which is Chinese hell. And I wanted to bring it up because it sounded really intriguing, and I thought it was kind of neat. As neat as hell can be. And I wanted to share it with you guys because the intriguing part about it is it's kind of like Dante's Hell or Dante's Inferno. So we're going to go over that. We're going to go over ghosts. We're going to go over different monsters. Now keep in mind that China does have a lot of different kinds of monsters. There's creatures that are made a certain way. There's a couple really intriguing ones, like the vampire zombie. We're going to go over that. And just the general, I'll go over the general, basically what kind of ghosts they have and stuff like that. So let's dive in, shall we? So as I said, starting off, we're going to talk about Diyu. I'm going to look up these pronunciations, and I'm going to make a video of me saying them right. It's an underground labyrinth divided into 18 circles where sinners receive the right punishment. It's similar to Dante's Hell, Dante's Inferno. Now, the dead souls suffer burden of their sin on cycle. It's on repeat. And it's their torture. It's their punishment. So, whatever you did, and it's kept, I believe it's kept in kind of like a repeat video that you just keep living of whatever you did wrong. And then, after you've learned your lesson, then it's time to visit the old lady Meng. She is in the 10th court of Chinese hell, Diyu, and she gets the sinners ready to be reincarnated. And how she does that is she collects herbs from around her area, and they call it the 5-flavored tea of forgetfulness. And this is what she gives to the people that are leaving and have already served their time as their punishment. And it is to make sure that they do not remember their past lives and they don't stay in hell. They move on and they are reincarnated. And which makes sense because a lot of people, reincarnation is talked about. People say they don't remember their past lives and things like that. A good explanation from China as to why we don't remember things. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the Thejiangxi. Is a Chinese vampire and zombie. It's like a combination of the two. So they move and they're stiff like a zombie, but they do absorb vital essence. So a vampire is said to drain your vital essence. Blood can be counted as a vital essence. But what they're talking about is your life force, like your what they call chi. It stays in the coffin during the day and then it prowls at night. And they say that they're stiff like a zombie, and then they walk and they mumble like a zombie. And then there are the ones that can actually make more. So it's kind of creepy. Moving on, we have the hungry ghosts. This is a person that has committed a sin of greed can become a ghost with an incredible hunger but no mouth to ingest. And they are gray and so they're gray and they spit fire. Wow. Now, moving on, we also have the red ghost. They are the ones that have committed suicide, and they have long hair with tongues just lolling from their mouth. There's also a ghost that you can call on. There's a ghost that you can call on. It's called the Thejiangxi. It's a banana tree ghost, and they appear wailing under a tree. It is said that you can invoke them or call to them for lottery numbers. You have to make a deal, of course, naturally. And if you do not hold up your end of the bargain, you will die. I don't know if I'd want to invoke a ghost or anything of the such just to get lottery numbers. No, thank you. It's not worth it. It's just really not. You tell me what you think about that down in the comments. And then we have ghosts for all kinds of things, like any travesty thing that you can think of. Drowning, beheadment, grievance, and they all kind of like take on a life of their own. Just like when you see any kind of ghosts here in certain like old mining towns and things like that, you see them doing what they did before they died or as they died. It's the same thing in China, but just more like I said, for just the saddest things, like they were beheaded and they're grieving and they're drowning. Some are able to be helped if people really want to go out of their way to help the ghost. You can. I help them accept and move on. Probably go to Dayu. So I have to serve their sentence there. And then there's a lot of Chinese monsters or creatures that are a combination, like fox creatures, and most of them are very sly, conniving, and deadly. They will trick humans into thinking they are beautiful and amazing, and then they will just like rip them apart. There's a lot of what I call, like I said, hybrids. From the last video I said hybrid monsters and creatures, and some of them just stay away from humans, but when they do interact with humans, they will just brutally kill them. So they usually put in a good definition between the ones that are good and the ones that are bad. But they're all, a lot of them are just like hybrids, like half pig, half human, or half pig, half like another kind of creature. The fox. There's of course the many-tailed foxes. They all vary between, you know, how many tails they have, how big they are. There's so many different kinds of creatures out there, you guys. I'm gonna try to show some pictures right here of them, and then I encourage you, this is not just a channel where I just tell you things. I want to encourage you to please go ahead and do the research. You might find something that's just inspiring or just makes you go, whoa. The research of folklore is amazing. I love it. And I will always, of course, continue to share this with you guys. And we're going to be moving on to our next country, but this is not a hindered stop. We're never going to come back to China. We might come back to China if I want to share something. And excuse me. So then, yeah, we're going to move on to our next country, and I'll have a video introducing that. And that video that's introducing that will go over superstitions and stuff, just to kind of break the ice. And then the next video after that will be about like the good creatures, gods, goddesses, what I feel like sharing as far as that country is concerned. We didn't really go any over gods and goddesses the last two countries, so it would probably just be monsters and creatures, things like fairies and such. And you know me, I love dragons, so definitely dragons. Alright guys, that is it for now. I know this is pretty short, but that is like the most interesting things that I found out about Chinese like monsters, ghosts, and scary creatures. I hope you guys tune in for me next time as we go ahead and dive into another country. I hope you are well, and as always, you guys stay curious, okay? Bye.